afternoon, folks. You already know what time it is. It's Friday, and I got an awesome guy on the episode today. He is the newest commentator for Combat Night and also a really good friend of mine that supports the podcast. He is the host of the Unprofessional Breakdown. Welcome, Lou Vazquez, to the Lisa with the Z podcast.
Hey, Lisa with the Z. What's up, yo? How you doing?
What's up, my guy?
Chilling, man. Chilling, just like you. Waiting for you to talk to me because your show is off the hook. And I like watching your show, and I think you're cool, and you ask great questions, and I can't wait to see you Combat Night and interview people after their fight. That's going to be pretty cool.
You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of information I have to take in. I have to be a sponge in this sport right now, observing everybody, watching all the fighters right now, just in their training mode and seeing how hard they're going. And so that all plays a role of what I'm doing for Combat Night that night. And honestly, you've been a part of the process on helping me get to the road to Combat Night Pro Card, March 13th. We were at the last fight night at Guild, and that was a great night, great fight night too. And then when he announced this Pro Card, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a good one. So I definitely have to make my way into this Combat Night. And you know what? It's just, I've always loved going to combat nights, but I've always felt like they needed that extra little, to just set them over into super professional. I feel like they have to have their own network,
Yeah, for sure.
And they have their press, they have their, red carpet, these are all the things that I think about for combat night. And the idea was just sitting in my mind one day, and I remember texting him yo, what do you think about this idea about me interviewing the fighters, maybe at weigh-ins, post-fight and or post-fight, and you were do it, pitch it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Talk to Mitch. Mitch the man that gets things done, and I think it's a great idea. It's an awesome idea. Maybe not weigh-ins, because motherfuckers is trying to can I say bad words on your show? I don't know.
You're fine.
Okay, so
let's just not drop so many
it's all good. They're trying to make weight and stuff like that, so it sucks to be in their face with microphones and all that. But after the fight, absolutely 100%, anything to help these guys get to the next level, because there are some guys that are very, very talented, and I see them making it to the top shows, UFC and the other shows and stuff like that. And when you make it to the top shows, what do you have to do? You have to do media, right? You have to do interviews and stuff like that. So I think it's great that you pitched this idea and it's going through, because it gets them ready for the next level, especially let's say you're just coming off a crazy knockout. And, you're kissing your family, you're giving everybody a shout out in the cage, and then you step off the cage, and then they're like, yo, you got to go talk to Lisa. You got to go talk to Lisa. And then you're excited. And then the camera's on them, and the spotlight's on them, and you're like, yo, what, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, man, it's just it gets them ready for the next level. And even if it doesn't get them ready for the next level, let's say guys just want to do this for fun, they still have that footage, and they can show that footage to whoever they want to show that footage. Yo, I used to fight. They can show, if they're teachers, they can show it to their kids. If show it to the
coworkers.
Yo, check this out. This was 2 years ago. Check my interview out after I knocked this guy out, after I submitted this dude. But the whole purpose is just to get these guys ready for the next step, which is what happens after Combat Night. Obviously Combat Night sets the stage here in Florida, and hopefully maybe Georgia, maybe, the surrounding states, and start taking over that territory.
Taking over East Coast.
But it's definitely, it gets to these fighters, up and coming fighters, whether it's pro or amateur, gets them ready for the next step. And I think it's a fantastic idea, and I love it. I've been telling Mitchell, I've been giving him hits here and there, on like doing press conferences and stuff like that. But everybody's giving Mitchell ideas. Mitchell, he knows everybody in the state of Florida. Like, pretty much everywhere. Like, he knows somebody everywhere.
It's the fact that Mitch is giving me the opportunity to show him what I got, my talent, my creativity, my personality, my character. And I think throughout these years of supporting Combat Night, he has seen the amount of effort and support and loyalty that I have brought to his brand, to his company. And I'm only going to do my best that night. I just want to make everybody feel comfortable, everybody have a good time, everybody be proud of their accomplishment, no matter what the outcome of the cage is, because, the fighters are going to have to be able to accept loss as well. Some may be able to handle that, and some maybe, will turn out in a different way. But I am hoping for a great, successful night either way, which pretty much any combat night pretty much tries to end with a great night. But I am nervous. I'm not gonna lie. It is,
and that's normal. It's okay to be nervous.
Yeah, I am nervous because I don't want to let anybody down on the team, and because they do so much to uphold that name and everything they stand for. And I'm just glad to be a part of it that night and do my part to make sure that it is a successful night.
It's going to be a great night. It's going to be an awesome night. The venue is pretty cool. I think there's going to be a lot of exciting fights. I can't call which fight I really want to watch because I want to watch them all. I probably won't be able to sleep the night before, but it's gonna be great, man. And I love those events. I get to see people and say what up to people, and that's what it's all about. I may have a teammate fighting on that night too, on the amateur card.
Okay.
So
Dark Wolf.
Shout out to Dark Wolf MMA and Anderson from Dark Wolf. But we don't know what's concrete and what's not. We're just discussing before going live how the amateur scene is crazy. People pull out for the silliest reasons, sometimes legit. So you just never know. And so it's awesome that these fighters are just ready to fight, and somebody steps in and they're ready to go and throw down. So that's pretty cool.
You got to appreciate those people, like those people that are ready at any time for a fight. Truly, if you are a fighter, you're ready at all times. You may need to make some adjustments here and tweak a little bit here. And of course, do like a final weight cut for weigh-ins. But at the end of the day, if you're in this fight world, you're ready. You need to be ready at all times. So that, at least if you're trying to build yourself into that professional career, but other than that, like Kat, for instance, this card has been an up and down battle for her, and which is why Mitch ended up posting something like that today. And I appreciate the fighters and what they go through on a daily, their ups and downs, their struggles, their recovery process, all to just come out with a win. And these guys are not getting paid for it right now. The amateurs, they're doing it because of heart. They're doing it because they have the heart for it and they want to succeed. So I'm looking forward to this card. I'm telling you, every time Mitch drops a new poster, I'm like, jaw drop. What?
Yeah.
This fight is going on too? Shit. It's gonna be a good night.
It's a lot of great fights, man, and a lot of guys are making their debut that are Combat Night OGs. So we've seen these guys in the Combatagon already, but they're gonna make their pro debut. And then some of these guys are gonna make their pro debut against each other, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just awesome, man. It's awesome for that. I guess you can say Combat Night homegrown, right? Or homebred or whatever. They get these guys that only fought for Combat Night amateur, and then boom, they're going pro for Combat Night. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty cool to see that. And yeah, man, shout out to all the fighters out there. It's tough. There's a lot of wild ones, man, that are willing to fight people even if they have no training. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are just like hanging out, and a fight pulled out, And they're like, yeah, I'm down to fight, you know. So it happens, man, you know. And much props to those guys that are willing to step up.
I mean, I've
And
seen
take these fights.
fights. I've seen fights that I have heard that literally a day's notice, 2 days notice, and
Yeah,
then they come up on top.
yeah,
I
that
think
does
there was
happen.
one fight night, and I think they came out of Fusion XCel Performance, I want to say. Um, and he was like literally 2 days, and he ended up winning that fight. And I was like, that takes a lot. That's a lot of pressure, number one, to put yourself under, to just step up and versus somebody who's probably had a full fight camp, you know, and to still come up on top, that means you definitely have skill. You're a true fighter.
Oh, absolutely, man. And not only that, Fusion XCel, I haven't been there yet. So this is just my opinion from the outside looking in. Like they have, you know, top coaches over there, all aspects of MMA. And these guys are training every day. Like
Mm-hmm.
every day they're training. So of course they can take a fight on a day's notice. These guys are training with top guys, you know, top and tough guys that they feel ready, you know, as opposed to other gyms that aren't really at their level. You know, they have to, you know, train like a full camp and stuff like that.
Right.
But when you're training at Fusion and you're training there every single day, you already have a cap. You know, you've been training
Basically.
for like 8 weeks straight. And if something happens and they need like a 55er and then they have like a 55er there, he's like, hey, you know what? I'm not doing nothing on Saturday. I'll take that fight, of course, because they're already training at the highest level. You know,
Yeah.
Julian, from what I see and the clips and stuff like that, like he runs a tight ship. And I'm looking forward to training there one day, man. You know, not really get whooped, you know, by all those guys. But I do want to take a class and see what it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I really believe that it's top training for MMA. You know, they have there's a reason why all these guys are going there. You know, like
Yeah.
well-known guys are
Yeah.
going stopping every time they come to Orlando, they stop by there. So it's a premier gym. And you know,
Yes.
shout out to those guys over there. They're doing a great job, in my opinion.
Yeah. I had the luxury of going to visit them, and you are not wrong, because as soon as I walked in the door, I saw all of them in there, and I mean, there were pros in there mixed in with amateurs, and they are literally just rounds after rounds after rounds, switch, 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 and just like for me, I was like, oh no, I would have been gassed out already dead, like, but because this is their normal, that's the level of intensity that they have to
Absolutely.
get through those training sessions. And then it's
Absolutely.
not only just one class, it's the next, all right, gi class after, and cardio, and then cage training. And I'm just like, I was watching it all, and I was just like, I wanted to come train. And I think Common Night Weekend I'm gonna come back to visit,
Mhm.
and for sure, um and do a class, because I'm like, if I want to push myself, I'm looking at them and I'm like, okay, in order to get to that level, I would have to commit myself to the level of hustle that they have. And it shows, and it shows in their performances and their fights. And
Yeah,
you know, they're such a
absolutely.
great gym. They're such a great
They are a
gym.
great gym, and you know, although they, you know, with Rodolfo and Philip Rowe, who had, you know, it was great fights, but it
Mhm.
didn't go in their favor.
Right.
That kind of, from what I see in video, that kind of lit up a fire under their asses. You know,
Hmm.
especially Julian. You know that. Shout out to Lionheart, Jason. Jason Lopez, he put that speech that Julian did after one of the trainings, and he's like,
Right.
oh, now everybody's gonna say that we don't have cardio. Now everybody's gonna say this, they're
Yeah.
gonna say that, just because, you know, two of the team members lost. So now that
Hmm.
means we gotta train our asses off. You know, and I
Right.
dig that. I really dig that, man. And that's dope. Plus, Julian likes hip hop, real hip hop too. So shout out to everybody that listen to real hip hop out there, you know, because I appreciate good music like that. Mitchell's always telling me like, yeah, man, yo, Julian, I bet you get along with Julian, man. He's just like you. You guys love hip hop and music, and the vibe is your vibe. And I'm like, yeah, I bet too. But I live like an hour and 45 minutes away,
It
but it's
is
all
a
good though,
drive.
man.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
worth
all
the
good, bro.
drive. It was worth the drive. I got to meet incredible
That's
people,
awesome.
incredible fighters. I look forward to coming to visit again for sure. Got good footage of them too.
Good,
So,
good.
yeah, I think it would be smart if you're definitely going to be looking into fighting and you want to increase that level to the next level. I would go train at the Fusion XCel for sure.
Oh, 100%. I would recommend it to anybody. If you have the time and availability, train there. If you're a pro fighter, right, and you want to take it serious, you want to take it to the next step, right? UFC, which is the next step, or maybe not UFC, maybe one FC or one championship, whatever you desire. But the next step, the next step, and you have the availability to train, right, every single day. Why the hell you aren't training there? Like train there every single day. Like, yeah, if you want to take it serious, not like me. Like I got a great job. I have a wife and kids, and one more fight, and then I call it quits. Just for fun. But if you're not like me, and you're taking it serious, and you want to make it to the next level, because you're just way more talented than I am. I'm not that good. I would be training there every single day. No excuses, none of that. Every single day I'd be training at Fusion. Like every day that they're open, I train there. No, there's just no other way to it. And that's the only way to get better. You can't just train there 2 days a week and expect to grow, right? Let's say you beat everybody at your gym, but then when you get to that gym, you get whooped. That means you should train there 5 days a week. That's what I would do. But again, I'm not trying to make it to the next level. But to the people that are trying to make it to the next level, train there every single day. You can. Like shit.
So I mean, what? Okay, so you have your fight that you're planning on. What is your weight class?
I'm a little guy, man. You saw me. So
after that picture the other day with you and Mitch saying that he's the tallest one in the picture.
Yeah. Me, Mitchell, my man Retro Grappler, man, who by the way has dope rash guards. Hit up my man Retro Grappler. I would like to fight my last fight at 115 pounds. Right. I walk around, soaking wet at 130. And I'm just tired of fighting these big guys, man. Damn it. Shit. 115 would be my desired weight, or like a catch weight of 120 or 125. Depends on who it is. Depends. I got to see their body type and all that. I just got to be smart, man. I got 2 kids. Last time I got TKO'd, and I'm not trying to get TKO'd again.
That's right.
Like I don't want to,
put yourself in a position where
put myself
you won't
in
be
danger.
able to.
Yeah, I like the way I speak. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so
we don't want to end up like Mike Tyson with the list.
Yeah, I mean, or like James Toney. If you listen, James Toney or Riddick Bowe, who is one of my favorite heavyweights of all time. Look him up. He's a Brooklyn native. Riddick Bowe. You can't even understand these guys. Like when they talk, because they took so many blows to the head. So 115, 120, 125, depending on who it is, and we'll see from there. And then that'll be it. I already told my wife, like, baby, that's it. I'll train jujitsu. I'll do jujitsu tournaments and stuff, but
nothing combat night.
I do jujitsu stuff and focus more on commentating and stuff like that. But it would be good to at least get a win and retire. For me, at least.
Well, I definitely wish you the best during your training for your next fight. I will do my best to be there. Who knows? Maybe I'll be interviewing you for your next fight.
That would be great. That would be great, man. That would be awesome.
You know what's so crazy? I put into the universe because I like to speak things into existence. And I have a really good neighbor here. He's like, he's such a nice guy. He looks out for me and my kids here because it's just me and the kids. And so, he's helped me along the way with the podcast. He's there when I'm like just talking shit. I'm going to give up. And he's just like, no, keep going. He's just that second person that helps out. And I told myself that, this is my test at this combat night to see if I got what it takes to be like something official with combat night. I'm just going to do my best. And if Mitchell decides to sign me, then so be it. But I'm putting it positivity in the air that that's going to happen.
Just, just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Everybody has different goals and different, dreams and stuff like that. So just have fun. Like me, man, I have fun with it, and see where it goes. I kind of improvise a lot of things, but that's what makes me a good car salesman. But you just gotta have fun and enjoy what you're doing, man. And you're the people that watch your show enjoy what you're doing. I enjoy what you're doing. And we need more positive people like that. We need more uplifting each other instead of hating on each other, because that's terrible.
Hate is real.
And then, hate is real. And then the people that secretly hate you, that's real as fuck too. Excuse my French, but it's all good. You just got to roll with the punches. Me being little, I got tormented as a kid. That's why nothing can hurt me. That's why I'm such an a-hole and I'm sarcastic and I use a lot of hyperbole. And then they get mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, so always kill them with kindness, man. And I always say that it's free. It doesn't cost a thing to be kind, and it doesn't cost a thing to share, and show love to people that are trying to do something positive. So, just keep doing your thing, man. We good, man. We all rooting for you, and it's gonna be great. You're gonna do great, and that's it. That's it's gonna be great. I know it. The fighters are gonna love it. They're gonna be like, man, mom, I just won my fight, and this chick, she got a podcast. Her name is Lisa with the Z, and she interviewed me, man, and she's gonna post it. I'm gonna share it to you when
this is random. I've been trying to think of things to like give away to the fighters after they do the interview.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
just like a little something. And so I pitched her the idea of the logo, and boom, tonight she sent me like the sample cookie design.
They're great cookies too.
Anyways, what do you think about the upcoming UFC fights? We got Amanda Nunes fighting, we got Israel fighting as well. I mean, it's gonna be a good UFC night. Are you gonna be talking about that on your next Unprofessional Breakdown?
Yeah, definitely got to talk about that one. It's a good fight, man. Like I really don't know, because a lot of people say Israel, he's skinny. The guy has fought at 205 pounds before in kickboxing. He has over 100 professional fights, right? I mean, he has the skill set to go in there and win. And it's MMA. I always say MMA is a beautiful sport. Why? Because anything can happen at any moment. You can get hit with an elbow, with a knee, with a punch, with a kick. You can get heel hooked. You can get, armbar, flying triangle. You can get slammed and knocked out. So, but the champ, he's tough, man. He's tough. So it's gonna be a great fight. If I'm the champ, I definitely want to dirty box Israel. I want to be in his face. I don't want to give him space. I want to push him against the cage. And I want a dirty box. I want a knees to the thighs. I want to go for takedowns. I want to take him down if I can, and just make it an ugly fight. That's what I want to do. But Israel's so talented. He's a talented striker. He's so accurate. So
he knows how to adjust.
He's just a great striker, and he can knock you out. So I'm curious to see how he does at 205 in MMA, in the UFC, with all the lights on him, main event for a title, right? For the 205, the light heavyweight championship. And it's going to be interesting. The Amanda Nunes fight, I just see her winning the fight. Megan Anderson is great. She's tall, she's lanky, but she doesn't have the wrestling. She has trouble against wrestlers, and Amanda is a smart fighter. There's these fighters that are tough, and there's fighters that are smart. Like if clearly on paper, Megan may have the better advantage striking. on paper. But Amanda's striking is her boxing, especially like her combos, her overhand. She's good, you know. So, but I see her winning.
And I can imagine the power just getting hit by Amanda as well.
And not only a one punch power, like one punch, like she throws barrages. Yeah, and she like her accuracy is pretty good too, you know. So I see that fight going one way. But you know, who knows? You never know. Maybe Megan could do one of those up kicks, you know, or just kick her in the face and knock her out like Anderson did to Vitor. So you never know. You never know. But it's gonna be a lot of great fights, and I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm gonna watch the fights. I know I
saw that.
So I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna watch that fight. I gotta watch that fight with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll probably go to Mitch's house or something like that, or my other buddy. Oh, I'll figure it out. Definitely not gonna miss that.
Yeah, it's a good fight night for sure. Not to miss. I'm glad I'm working during the day because like I do not want to be at work on a UFC fight night like that. Oh man, I need to get out of my house to watch the fights because sometimes when I'm at home and I'm too comfortable, I'll be falling asleep in those main cards, man. Like because it gets so late and I'm like comfy in my own home. But if I'm at a bar or something, like I'm up. Nah.
If it's a big fight like that, I don't get sleep.
Yeah. Like last fight night, it was okay. It wasn't like so exciting.
Yeah, I saw your story.
Yeah.
You're trying to stay awake.
I did. Yeah. I fell asleep and then I popped up like, oh, okay, it's still going.
Yeah, I saw that. I just love fighting. I love the fight game. I love to watch it, you know, so it doesn't matter who's on. You know, it doesn't matter if it's boxing or karate or whatever. If it involves fighting, I'm gonna just watch.
So, I mean, you went to the Undisputed Promotions event.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a great event to be at too. Not only the fights were incredible, but just being in that environment looked like it was a good time.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. You know, the boxing crowd is different than MMA crowd. I've been to a lot of pro boxing events, and it's been a while since I've been to a pro boxing event, but it was fun. The production was pretty cool. The environment was cool. Everybody is just want to see a fight. I mean, it's my crowd, you know, a bunch of Puerto Ricans trying to watch fights. You can't go wrong there. A bunch of Puerto Ricans fighting, and then their family members are there, riled up Puerto Ricans. I just wish they had Puerto Rican food that they were selling. Shoot.
Right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? But, something, man. Arroz con pollo, you know, lechon or something, you know what I'm saying? But maybe I can get combat night, you know, if they can get some Puerto Rican catering.
Or like a food truck outside, outside the hotel.
Some like capuria or something like that outside, or pinchos.
So them pull up, we outside.
Yeah, but it's a great venue, man. And I went because a lot of the guys that fought, I've known those young men. I don't want to say kids, young men now. I've known those young men since they were like 12, 13 years old, because when I did boxing in Kissimmee, so I went to a bunch of different gyms, and I seen these guys when they were kids just sparring, and I'm like, man, those kids are good. And look at them now. They're like 18, 21, 22, and they're pro, and they're just doing their dang thing, you know. And I wanted to go support them, but I also wanted to scout the venue, right? And scout for you too. So I was like, yo, Lisa with the Z is gonna set up right here, I guess. Look at the way this guy got his thing. So there was a guy doing interviews. I don't know his name.
He was tagging me, I think, in his in his videos for the interviews that you were doing.
Because I tagged
you. Did you tell him about it? Oh,
no, I didn't get a chance to conversate with him, but I tagged you like, yo, check this out. And then he's like, oh, she's interested, you know, so he started tagging me and you and a bunch of stuff. But I liked it. It was cool, man. Like the whole setup was awesome. It was just a great event on Undisputed Promotions. So shout out to them guys. They put some pretty good fights out there. I'm not sure when the next event's gonna be, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be within the next few months, and maybe in Orlando again. So interested in going to that one as well.
Yeah, I think Mitch did like a merge one time with them, right? Like
it was
in Broward. I remember going to.
I think it was called Titan. It was called Titans.
Clash of
the Titans. and it was like MMA and boxing. So it was like MMA cage and then a boxing cage, and then they would do a MMA fight and then a boxing fight. And I didn't get a chance to go. I wanted to see the whole setup, but I heard it was a pretty good event.
Yeah, I went to one of them at the Broward College, and it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. To different rings, and like, everybody's in a different area, but either way, it was still a good fight night too.
Yeah, that's dope.
So we'll see if it happens again. Maybe there'll be another merger. That would be one hell of a night. At that hotel, if they were having like a double fight night.
They have the space for it. It's pretty big.
Yeah, it was huge, right?
Yeah,
so is that's the same room that Mitch is gonna have the event in, right?
I believe so. The setup is gonna be a lot different, but it's a pretty big room.
Yeah, a lot of room to work with.
Yeah.
Interesting. Love it. I'm excited.
I'm very excited. I can't wait.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on this episode. I had a great time chatting with you. Absolutely. It was fun. I know I've been trying to get you on here for a while, but then between your scheduling, my scheduling, it's been pretty crazy. A lot of changes happening, but I knew I had to have you on the show because you support the show. I support your show.
Yeah.
I said it in the beginning of this year, me and Kat, I was like, bro, this is the year we're fucking taking over. I don't give a shit. Absolutely. And this is what we're working for. And so far, we're into month 3, and I think we're doing good so far.
I love to see it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing you at Combat Night, and we're going to have a great time that night. Successful, happy. We're going to be looking good. So tune in to the next episode of the Lisa with the Z podcast on YouTube Fridays at 12 p.m. And definitely look into the Unprofessional Breakdown on the Combat Night page under their YouTube, the Unprofessional Breakdown with Lou Vazquez. Thanks for watching this episode. Have a good one, guys.